Little green thing going. Good stuff. All right. Let's bring the microphone over so it's a little closer. Get over here, you. What are you giving me attitude for? So I gotta get one of those boom mic things because I gotta tell you, this is getting annoying. Well, everybody, I know there's gonna be nobody here for a bit, and quite frankly, we got a lot to talk about. So what I'm gonna do, because my coffee's half empty, we're gonna give you guys to get here, if anybody is gonna get here. I'm gonna put up the very classy placard of Back in 5 getting coffee, and I'm gonna go top up before we get into today's content. And I don't know, check out the background. We got fancy new lights going on, so if you guys notice something weird, tickety. All right, it's coffee time. 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 Putting coffee down. All right, coffee, go there. Coffee sign down. Beautiful. I'm back. Say, this is one of the beautiful things about doing these things impromptu. Nobody knows when they're going to happen. So it gives me a chance to just record this. Now, for those of you watching this on the replay, because that's how anybody is going to be seeing this, we're live today because we got some fancy new studio lights. So one of the things I've been struggling with here on the channel is lighting and filming conditions and what have you, because unfortunately my recording area here in the library and my office just have windows pointing in all the wrong directions. And every time I try to open windows, bad things happen. Neighbors do crazy things. So we've had to struggle with lighting and getting everything working. Well, I think now we might have a solution in that we have studio lights in here. So I'm actually lit right now. It's a very cloudy, overcast day outside with studio lights, of all things, which is kind of funky. So weird. All right. So I think, and I even have this little app over here. It's on my phone beside the screen. You can't see it. I can actually change the type of lighting we're using. Right now it's on studio bulb. Let's go with modeling lights. Ooh, that's a little brighter. I'm gonna go with modeling lights. All right. What we got today, and the actual reason why I was going to shoot this one, is because a whole bunch of things have ended up in the Casa del Fast. And it's not just a little bit of a bunch of things. It's a whole bunch of things. I've been making a pile. Over the last month, I've been making a pile of everything that's arrived. And this includes things that I've gone out and I picked up while I was randomly shopping. And I don't comic shop a lot. So it says something when I have a pile like this. So I figured what we would do instead of sticking this as an Easter egg in the end of one of the videos, is we just shoot one of these lives and walk through them, because there are actually a bunch of really cool things in here that I have to open. And one of, actually a couple of them, might actually lead to upcoming videos. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get this box, which is this big, and I'm going to put it down. And we'll start just piling through what's in here. And seeing what's here. And I am going to move this mic closer, because I want to make sure that we actually have audio, because I can see the little green thing going there, but who knows. All right. We got a package. This package is, hold on. I don't know what this package is. Problem being, I've covered up all the labeling on all these packages, and now I can't remember what I believe this is a custom cover, I believe. So let's get this thing opened and see what's inside it, because heck, I'm actually curious right now. All right, boink. Let's get her going here. So tape and safe, this is wonderfully packaged. I think I know what this is, and I don't want to spoil it by saying as of yet, so we'll wait until she's open. But once we've got her open here, I'm pretty sure I'm going to be able to give you the full details on what this is. Gemma. It's a beautiful Gemini mailer. Okay. And swibbly. Well taped. Everything's looking. Oh, there's more tape. Okay, so cardboard. Let's take the big thing of cardboard and get out of that. Masking tape. Masking tape, by the way, in case you're curious. Any of you are out there thinking about selling comics online or doing anything like that, I will strongly encourage you to consider the merits of masking tape. Masking tape is a beautiful thing. It releases from things real easy. It doesn't tend to be something that's going to create an instance of a pull, or what we fear, which is called a tape pull. It also makes it so much simpler when you're pulling things apart that you don't have to worry about straining a book because you're fighting tape. Yes. I know exactly what this is now. And it's funny because I'm opening this up and you will just see me do this. And there's my part of the Tennessee Facts collection label on the back. This is a custom cover done by Mike Ruth. Many of you have been following the channel for a while know one of the things that we've been doing is custom covers of the Universal Monster series that has been coming out. And this is the latest one in that chain. And I got to tell you, I saw images of this the other day on Instagram when it was finished because Mike posted it there. But it really doesn't do it justice when you have it here in your hands. It's like, oh, this is so much cooler. I really like the detail in the ring, on the ring finger that I'm just catching now. Bingo, bango, bongo. Try to do this in such a way that it's not catching all of the light with the fancy studio lights that we just talked about. So that is it. That is the custom cover. And we went with the whole old school Universal Monsters mummy on this. Now, I believe the next one we're going to be working on in this, which I'm going to ask. Now I say we. Which is entirely stealing credit. Not at all a we thing. I'm just the guy who owns it. This is done by Mike Ruth, Uncouth Ruth on Instagram. If you're thinking about looking him up, he has done some Conan the Barbarian covers and work lately. There's a piece of art up on the wall over here. You actually can't see it on the screenshot there. It's up there. And that's the original art piece that came from his work that was in The Savage Sword, which was a Spear and Fang story. Most people haven't caught on yet as to why I bought that one page, which is funny. I mentioned I bought this for a very specific reason, and I'll tell you right now, the reason why I bought that specific page, I'm in it. Get your copy of Savage Sword of Conan that you know he did it, and check this out, because you'll see. That's me. Never mind. Thank you very much, Mike, for doing that. I appreciate that. If you're watching this. Now, this is just a comic I picked up, and this is one that I'm somewhat excited about. Which is funny because I know this comic catches a lot of flack, but it's one of these things that you speak to because it speaks to your youth. Many times I've had it pointed out to me that one of the things that you relate to the most and you identify with the most are things that you're exposed to in your formative years, your teenage years. And my teenage years were the late 80s and early 1990s. And I got to tell you, there's a lot of things that I was exposed to during that time that make you go, ooh, yeah. These are good things. And Youngblood was one of them. This is the latest run of Youngblood. I'm trying to do this so the lights don't catch it. Youngblood #1. Now, this just came out last week, and I know a lot of people aren't going to be too excited or cranked about this. But I'll tell you, the reason why I'm excited about this and particularly excited about it is because it's one of those things where you go, ooh, yeah, I remember this. But on top of that, what's in here and what really caught my attention was that they advertised that this was the return of Supreme. Now, Supreme, for those of you who don't know, is sort of I'm trying to think of what you would refer to Supreme as here. Some people would refer to him as sort of a grittier Superman. I guess you could call Supreme a grittier Superman. It's a character that's got all the strengths of Superman, but with a whole bunch of psychological issues, not issues, but psychological differences from Conan himself. And this is the return of that character. Now, Supreme had a long run. Alan Moore took over a bunch of that run as well. And those Alan Moore stories are phenomenal. And I'm actually still working on finishing my Supreme run. So when I saw Supreme was going to be coming back in print, and I saw he was in this one, I got a little excited about that. So I did get this. Funny trying to get a copy of this in my local comic shops. Oh, what a grade 8 pain in the ass. And I'll tell you, honestly, it was. I was phoning around. Nobody ordered it in. And when I asked, well, can you get it in for this week, maybe part of your next run? Nobody could, or they were unwilling to. My local comic shop, the one closest to me, I was in picking up some other stuff and I mentioned it and they're like, oh, well, hold on for a second. And they wandered off and they came back. They had one. So good times. Coffee equal good. Being the comic eating cat has been keeping me up a lot lately, way too much because he's just talking a lot and I can't blame him for it. But the issue with that is it's cutting into my sleep time. Now this one, this is an eBay purchase. Okay, so let's pop this bad boy open. And I like the labels. Fragile, do not open, do not bend. I like this. So this is an eBay purchase. I think I have a couple eBay purchases in here. I think I know what this one is. But again, I don't want to false lead it, so we'll wait until she's open and we'll see what's in it. Okay. It's funny. So they've taped a card in here. Live on Whatnet. Vanessa selling comics. Okay, and they've taped these. It's funny. Caution heavy. They're using that to close it up. Here we go. Yes. So I picked this up. I know why I picked this up. Anyway, because it's signed shooter work. So this is the Harbinger Children of the Eighth Day trade paperback. And with this comes a Harbinger number 0 trade paperback, or not trade paperback, Harbinger number 0 throw-in that was polybagged with it. Now, when these came out, what Valiant did was they released a series of them, or a spate of them, that were signed by Jim Shooter. And they were assigned a number. And these are amongst the numbered ones. And I believe these come with a certificate of authenticity, which is between the two books. And I'm taking it out of the bag here. Again, I know I'm doing this, and many comic collectors are going to be watching me do this and just grimacing. But, yeah, there it is. So there's your signature with the number of 517 out of 2,000. And there's your certificates of authenticity. The undersigned National Comics Representative certifies the company as Harbinger number 0 was one of 2,000 books signed and numbered by Dave Lapham. Okay. Oh, Dave. No, that's a Shooter one. Oh, okay. So Dave Lapham, hold on, signed the number 0. Bingo. And Shooter did the trade paperback. Very cool. I'm going to add those to the collection. I do like my Valiant books. That's another thing you identify with, right? I just talked about identifying with Youngblood, my teenage formative years when they were going through the boom times and Supreme. So that's another one that does jump out there. What else we got in here? I picked up my copy of Savage Conan number 11. Okay, that's pretty cool. I haven't read it as of yet, but we'll get through that. That's kind of cool. A couple other things that came into the house. I don't know if I shared these. Heavy Metal Magazine number 3. Now, this is not my subscription copy, and I actually have a variant cover as well. Some of you might notice that these have a whole bunch of signatures on them, and they have a whole bunch of signatures on them because these I ordered from Forbidden Planet down in New York. When New York Comic Con was going on, Heavy Metal was releasing issue number 3 during that, and a bunch of the artists and writers and editors were there. So Forbidden Planet hosted an event where when you order them online, you got signed copies. So I got my signed copies. So that's pretty cool. So those came in the house. I haven't read number 3 yet because these are my signed copies. I just want to keep them aside. My number 3 should be coming in the mail soon. As of the recording of this live, it's November the 22nd. The release date of number 3 was October the 8th. I believe. Yeah, so we're a month plus past, but I know they've had some issues in trying to get those actually mailed and out to people, which is unfortunate. Because I don't have my copy yet. I can't read it. And I can't. And normally, what I want to do is I want to continue doing my reviews of these, saying this is what I'm reading and this is what I'm enjoying. But right now, I can't. Now, I have seen it in the store. I'll tell you, I've gone to several local comic shops around me that have it on the shelf, but I've already paid for subscription copies, so I'm not picking it up. So for those of you who are waiting for me to review Heavy Metal number 3, I'll get to it when I get to it, whatever that's going to be. But it ain't yet. All right, next one here. Package we're opening up. Now, this could be one of two things. I'm actually not sure. Let's see if I can get this open in a way that's not too dangerous. Too extraneously dangerous. Okay, so we've got a tear point here. So I'm trying to tear through the tear point. And the tear point isn't working with me here. Come on, tear point. There we go. Okay, we got her open here. So what have we got? What is this? I know exactly what this is. Okay, so not an eBay purchase, but something that's really cool and I'm really excited about. I'm just going to slide it out over here, and I'm going to share this with you guys in a second. So, as you guys know, who are following this channel, we're a big fan of Robert E. Howard. I think that goes without saying. We do enjoy the Robert E. Howard, and I've mentioned on numerous occasions that my favorite Robert E. Howard IP is actually Cull. But there isn't that much new Cull coming out. When you're out there looking, Titan is including Cull somewhat in some of the stories they're doing right now. But you're not really getting a lot of it. Like, you're not talking about back in the Marvel days where Cull had its own comics, its own magazine. That was touch and go, admittedly. In production, out of production, into production. But, if you want them all, you can just go pick up the 3 omnibus. They're out there right now. You can go pick them up. I have them, and I've done reviews on those on the channel. If you're curious, I don't know, maybe if I release this later as a video, or I can edit some stuff down in the description. I'll stick links to that down below. But Russ Leach, right now, is writing Cull and is doing new Cull stories. So I reached out to Russ, and he says, unfortunately, well, it's not unfortunately. The situation is that I'm not in the United States. Ordering these online in the United States is really easy. I'm sure getting these through a local comic shop in Canada would be really easy as well. But I knew these existed, and I knew these were actively in print, and there is a website for it. But I said, why don't I just reach out and see if I can just buy them direct? And I did. And I'm very excited about this. And Russ was wonderfully helpful in getting these to me. And I got these fancy oversized copies. I have the Shadow Kingdom here, which is their adaptation of the Shadow Kingdom story. All right. Which is, I believe, a black and white copy. Yeah. When we were messaging back and forth, it was, well, do you want color copies or what? And I was like, oversized and black and white. Yeah. Oh, that's pretty cool. So there's the Shadow Kingdom. That's pretty cool. I got the Atlantean #1 here, which again is an oversized copy, and it's black and white. Very cool. The Atlantean #2 right there. Oh, snake ladies, snake people on the back. Again, black and white copy. And the Atlantean #3. Very cool. This is going to be pretty cool stuff. I'm looking forward to reading these because, well, you don't get that much new Cull. And what's really cool about this is I think the Shadow Kingdom's here. And when I get into doing the Battle Royales, because the next stage we're going to be doing is going to be Cull, we'll be able to start doing our comparison of these and include this in the comic adaptations where we're saying, well, what's the best or most, what's the word? The most true to the Robert E. Howard edition. We'll get into those. Russ, if you're watching or if you see this, thank you very much for being so helpful and getting those over here. That was fantastic. Really looking forward to reading those. What else have we got in here? The other things that we've got in here. What have we got? Conan Scourge of the Serpent #2. Again, we're just picking this series up as it's coming out. Haven't read any of it yet, but we'll get to it. Oh, and a replacement copy. I believe this is. This is #26, isn't it? Hold on. Let me check the back before I say something really stupid. No, it's #25. So there you go, #25. This, I believe, is my replacement copy for my #25. You know, it was funny. I know 25 went back for a second print, and I saw information online about how it was being released, and it sold out everywhere. And when I was doing that, and again, I was actually getting really nervous because I hadn't picked up my issue #25 until a week and a bit later. And I went to a shop that had a whole bunch of them. So thankfully, they did have them. But my main cover, this one, when I got it home, I looked at it and it was all creased out. And I was like, hold on, I bought this bagged and boarded at a comic shop. And it was all creased out. Well, that's poopy. So there's my replacement copy on that one. All right, what else we got here? Oh, another. This is in a bag, so it tells me something that I bought. What's this one? See, I don't buy that much, so it's kind of funny. Oh, the latest Aquaman. Some of you might have seen me talk about this and I think I did a couple shorts on that. That Aquaman, really, really going well. I would encourage anybody who likes the Aquaman character. Oh, yeah. And the other one I picked up, and this is the last of the Gen 13 variant covers that came out from this run that I was looking for, which is funny because I'm a Barbarian guy and I talk about Barbarians and Bisley all the time, but this is the one I didn't have. So now we've got it. Quite happy with that, and that's the last one of those. It's funny. I don't shop that much, but here we are in the last month, and look at all this stuff. All right, I got another box. Let's open the box and see what's in here. I've already got a knife over here. Knife over here. Oops. Easy, Tennessee. Come on. Don't be throwing things around. I think this is another eBay purchase. Let's see what we got here in this one. We got a Gemini mailer. Okay. I got a piece of cardboard. Again, some masking tape. Go to the side. What do we got here? We've got peel off the masking tape. Again, masking tape. It's a beautiful thing. Here I am not having to cut anything. I can just grab masking tape and just pick at it. It comes right off. Painter's tape. Another good one. I use painter's tape all the time when I'm sealing my own books. In fact, you probably saw that when I showed you the back of the other book I had there. That blue painter's tape comes off so easy. Green painter's tape? No. Don't buy that crap. It's garbage. It's amazing because if you ever try to peel it off afterwards, like let's say you put it on a bag and a board, try to peel it off like a day or so later, never comes off in one piece. Always comes off in like 50 pieces. Piece of crap. I'll tell you, I had a roll and I don't know how many rolls of that did I have. I had a bunch of rolls of it. And I got to tell you, when I first discovered the fact that you just couldn't take them apart that way, I was miffed. All right, so what's this one here? This is, I think I know what this is. Yeah. It is a bundle of the Valiant Unity books. Yeah. Now, it's funny. I bought this on eBay, and I'll tell you, masking tape. Okay. See how easy that came off? No tape pull, no nothing. Didn't have to fight anything. So many of you who are my generation will remember the Valiant days. And you remember Unity when it came out. There's Unity number 1. Number 1. There you go. Pretty cool. And there was a Unity number 0, and that's pretty cool too. Now I already have both of these, and there's even Unity the Lost chapter, and yes, I already have that. But with this bundle, I got this. The Unity number, I believe this is number 1, right? Yeah, number 1, the gold variant. Buying this bundle was cheaper than buying this gold variant. And I don't have this gold variant. I love gold variants that came out back in the day. I think it's one of those stupid 90s kid things. You love the idea of getting these gold variants because they were so cool back in the day. And you always wanted them and could never find them. So literally, I've got this bundle here for the price of just buying that. And I'd say that was a good, emotionally, I'm going to say that was a good buy. It's one of those things that makes me happy. All right. Now, the last bunch of books in here, oh my goodness. These are things that I picked up literally at a dollar bin, which surprised me. Because I don't, again, when I go to shops, I don't typically dollar bin all that often. And that's the last of the box, by the way. And I was in the shop and they said, it's Tennessee. It's those 3 new boxes that they might want to check them out. So I did. So number 1, Flashpoint Beyond number 6. Now I'm working on this miniseries, the 6-part series. It's the last issue. I've read issues number 1 and 2. I have, I think, number 3. No, I have number 4. I don't have number 5. Flashpoint was a really cool thing. Again, I actually enjoyed the Flashpoint event. I know that kind of puts me in the minority with most DC readers, but whatever. I enjoyed it. So the Flashpoint Beyond story, I picked up the first couple issues, and then for some reason, their other issues didn't get set aside in my local comic shop, in my pull list. So I just missed them. So I'm picking them up, but for $1, I'll work on that. Here's a classic one, a Turner cover of Action Comics. Can never go wrong with a Turner cover. Michael Turner is one of those artists. I say this now, and I've said it many times before. In 10 to 15 years, people are going to be going crazy after Michael Turner covers the same way they're going crazy after Adam Hughes covers right now. Arthur Adamson covers right now. Dave Sim covers. They're going to be going after that. So, yeah, That's my advice. If you were out there and you were trying to do the speculation game, go for it. Now, a bunch of this stuff, though, and this is what really surprised me. I didn't see this coming at all. And this is not going to match our ballywick here on the channel at all. And people are going to be watching this back later and going, what the heck? In the 90s, I've mentioned the 90s several times here. It's funny. Most of the stack is actually 90s related. Well, except for the Atlantean stuff. In the 90s, I read a lot of stuff. And in that was a lot of Marvel's X-Men. And I really enjoyed X-Men up until the point in time when, was it the Legion Quest happened? Yeah, I think it was the Legion Quest. And when that happened, everything went to pot. Everything went to pot. They suddenly came up with breaking up the teams, different titles. You had to buy all the titles in order to be able to follow any of the stories. And up until that point in time, I'd been reading the mainstay. And I also really enjoyed the X Factor series. I know. Again, it makes me one of those people are like, really? You liked X Factor? Trust me, I did. It was the original X-Men character. So for me, that was a cool thing. And I had the entire run. Now I don't have the entire run anymore. I got rid of most of it. But I still have all of my core X-Men books. And it's funny. I'm digging through this box, which are dollars. And I had a whole bunch of the ones that I was missing. And ones that I actually pulled out my CLZ app and I'm fumbling through and I'm like, I missed these? This is crazy. And this one is actually one that I picked up again. You remember I mentioned the Goldie cover variant? This is a Wizard edition of, again, the Legion Quest story, right? Pretty cool. I don't have this. I didn't even know there was a Goldie Wizardy edition for this. So for $1, I was like, yeah, I'll buy it. Why not? Then I got the Muir Island Saga. This is just a gold cover. It's funny. I don't think this is a second print or anything like that. I think this actually just came out gold. I think it was just a thing. Either way, I bought that because I didn't have it. Now, these I already had, but I'll always pick up other copies of these. And for $1, why not? Classic Lee art. Or no, so Wills Portasio art, not Lee art. But on this one, I believe you have. Is this an early Bishop issue? I believe it is. And then, really old X-Men's that were filling in the run. 206. Didn't have that one. 218. Remember, I just mentioned Arthur Adams. Didn't have that one. 219. Now, this looks an awful lot like Adams in a certain way, but it's not. 219. 229. 233. And which is funny, this is a Sylvester cover. And I was going through these, and I was like, how did I miss these in my collection? But I did. And 237. I don't know. So I got those. All right. Now we go back to the core stuff that we talk about here on the channel, which is a bundle that, again, I bought. This was an eBay purchase. I've been busy on eBay lately. And this speaks to you guys who are the Conanophiles out there. This is a run of the Dark Horse Conan series, numbers 0 through 7, that are signed. And they're signed by Kerry Nord, and in some cases, also Michael Listener. So number 7, with 2 signatures. Number 6, 2 signatures. Number 5, with 2 signatures. Number 4, 2 signatures. Number 3, with 2 signatures. And this is really the cover that most people who are picking up the Conan run jump at. Number 2, with 2 signatures. Now, I have a couple copies of this now, and this is my signed copy, so I'm quite happy with it. And then number 1 signed by Kerry Nord. And then number 0 signed by just Kerry Nord. Now, not just Kerry Nord is in it saying something dismissive, as in it's signed by Kerry Nord without a second signature. I've met Kerry. Kerry's a very nice fellow. I had him do a piece in the Tennessee Cats Traveling Sketchbook. In fact, I can get it out for you and show you right now. Hold on for a second. I don't know if I've shared this with you guys before or not. And he did a beautiful King Kull 2-page spread for me. Where are we here? No, that's not it. I want to go back. Yeah. Snake scales. Yeah. Check that out. Met him a couple years back at Toronto Fan Expo when he did that for me, which was really cool. And I really like the dragon emblem sitting in the middle of Kull's chest there. And the snake work was beautiful. And it's funny because there's the back of the page, and you can see all the dots coming through from the watercolor he used, which is just super cool. I love those little details when you're doing these pieces in the sketchbook. It's always fun finding those. Well, there you go, everybody. That is the going through random junk that was sitting in the box and opening up packages of really cool swag that I bought I got to tell you, I'm really excited about that Atlantean one and reading those. And I'm also really, really excited about my mummy collection, my mummy piece over here, and getting that into the rest of the collection to go with my Dracula and my Frankenstein. And I think also, yeah, and my Creature from the Black Lagoon. We're getting there. We are getting there. So everybody, that is our live for today. That was all I wanted to go through. And it looks like the lights worked okay. Now I'm going to have to wait for this one to finish processing, and then I'll watch it back as well just to see how the lighting worked. Because I did change the lighting halfway through and see which one looked better. Hopefully this solves all the schlemazzles we've been having here in filming and lighting. That was such a pain doing that re-record. Anyways, that's our live for this week, everybody. This week. It's not that I do them once a week, but we'll see you in the next one. Oh, I got to click the end screen here. If I don't click the end screen, it doesn't know to stop. It's just going to keep recording. Oh, really? It does? Yes, it does. That is how it works. You actually have to click the buttons. Oh, okay, there we go.